Yeah.
So any movie that has an Archie song in it is okay with me.
Hey. Sugar, sugar. It's
love
funny.
it.
So many people have spoken about that particular song. I don't know what it is about it, but it was one we knew we definitely had to have.
The very first 45 I ever bought there. Okay, well, let's start with the Scarlet Letter. I love mementos that people keep from movies. How many of the actual A's were there, and was that a big demand as a souvenir?
Well, basically, I walked away with all of them except for two. Obviously, our costume designer kept one of each of them, the one that's embroidered and the one that's plain, and my personal costumer kept one. Otherwise, I, of course, like to keep all of my wardrobe, and I promptly donate it to one of my other passions, which is Planet Hollywood.
Now, you seemed really at ease with the horse and buggy scenes, driving a horse around. Was that something that you had done a lot of before?
No, when I got there, they started working with me, and I just worked with the horsemen and the trainers, and I really loved it. They were confident to let me to go off alone. But look at Joan Plowright; she wasn't too shabby herself.
The whole theme in this movie about someone walking around and everyone looking at her who don't really know her and passing judgment. Is that something that you can identify with, do you think?
Well, I think as a public figure, you are subject for criticism and judgment all the time. And like Hester, I think that you have to choose to just stand up and walk with your head held high and move beyond it. And even though sometimes it wears you down, you can't ultimately let it get in your way.
With Turning to Now and Then, love the soundtrack.
Thank you.
The Archies, the very first 45 I ever bought was the Archies. How difficult was it to secure the rights to some of these songs?
We had a couple of occasions where it was difficult to get songs. We had to track down odd people. I think even in the case of the Archies version of Sugar Sugar, we had to track down some prince who actually owns the rights to it. Is that right? Wasn't it some prince? It was an odd thing, this odd person that none of us knew. But we were very diligent in our pursuit of that song. That was the one we knew we had to have. I remember being in the second grade and dancing dressed as an ant to that song.
An ant? Why?
Well, sugar. Ants like sugar. We were dressed, we had little hats.
Okay. Gabby Hoffman, great little actress. When you two first met, who was checking the other one out more?
Well, obviously it was my job to check her out since I was playing her. She wasn't playing me.
Now, when you were a girl, did you
still am. No.
Did you have as much trouble relating to boys, you think, as some of the characters in the movie?
I certainly had my moments, and I can certainly identify with hitting to let the other one know that you really liked them.
Okay, and one last question: when you see some of your previous films now, and when your kids see them, how do you react to them, and how do they react when they see their mom on TV or at the movies?
I think it's just kind of natural for them. They just like when they see people we know, they don't know that it isn't any different. And I think they like it. It excites them, just like it would be for any kid to see their parent in whatever it is that they do.